We're back.
Suck my presidential cock, bitch!
Yeah, sounds about right. The Christmas stream, later than I had intended, but we're here. I'm gonna play Final Fantasy X for a while. Alright. Oh no. Oh, good. Mm-hmm. Mm. Ah. Nice. God damn it. No, if we have a Grand Summon ready this close to what I know is the next boss, might as well save it. You know, look out. I should probably do extract power on the big guy before he puts his dukes up. I feel like that'd be a smart idea. Not as much damage as I was expecting from Kamara. And Lulu's evasion is super high today. God damn. I feel like the amount of grinding you'd have to do to make Mug like actually useful for Riku would be like, so unnecessary. It's like, oh yeah, attack while you steal, but she does like 300 per attack, maybe? And at a cost of 10 MP. Okay. I'd love to see some numbers on how much that increases. How much any of these character abilities increase stats. Yep, that's even with power break and defense increase. It's damage without reprisal. That's the important thing. There we go. As well go right back and get the full heal. What's next for Riku in terms of abilities? Bribe. Then we're at the end and we go on to Lulu's path. Which I don't think have been really all that good for Riku. Hey Clem. My stream, I'll say whatever I want to say. Yeah, I don't expect many people to really pop in. I'm not going to be doing a super long stream today. I just said I'd stream and I wanted to keep my word. Yeah, going on to Yuna's path would probably be a reasonable idea. Although, realistically, I'd prefer Tira's. We'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. So there's Riku. Quite a ways away from moving onto Yuna's path. Seems like the natural progression is to Lulu from here. It may end up being what we have to do, just for the sake of not wasting levels. Excellent. Enemies that I'll actually fight. Sleep and silence? Nice. Alright. That's a unit level. Alright. Damn it, we were so close. Bye. Alright, here we go. Everybody who's done Final Fantasy X before remembers this area.
Xanarkand is on the other side, you know?
I know.
Uni is gonna get the final Aeon, you know?
I know.
I still haven't thought of anything.
Me neither.
What are we gonna do?
We'll do something. We just don't know enough yet. Until we do, we really can't help Yuna. Let's go to Xanarkand. We'll find something there. It'll all come together. I know it.
Hey.
Hmm?
Just now, you sounded like a leader, you know?
Star of the Xanarkand
Riku, you
Age.
say you know a lot.
Didn't anyone tell you?
Aha! Huh?
Ah, the son of Jack.
Riku, run ahead and tell Auron.
You are not fighting him alone!
Just go, go!
It's okay, I have an overdrive ready.
Now is your time to die. Prepare yourself, son of Jack.
Not if I can help it.
Save some for Kimari.
Yeah, my boy!
Lady Yuna, it is a pleasure.
Yuna.
Ascending so soon? Allow me to say something to the last Ronso before I leave. Yours was truly a gallant race. They threw themselves at me to bar my path. One after another.
No.
Kimari.
You could end the suffering of this poor Ronso.
I don't understand you.
Allow Kimari to die and release him from his pain.
Quick, kick him off the cliff.
Spira is a land of suffering and sorrow caught in a spiral of death. To destroy, to heal Spira, I will become sin. Yes, with your help. Come with me, Yuna. Once I have become the next sin, your father will be freed again.
Now, what do you know?
Pitiful mortal.
Your hope ends here.
Here we go.
And your meaningless existence with it.
Rude. Oh shit, that's zombie. Well, you know, with that very first move, I remember why everybody hates this fight. And if you're a long-time viewer of the stream, you'll know how I feel about the zombie as well.
spirits of the Ronso will guide Gimari's spear.
Yes, no works on this. Ah. Welcome in, Bugzil. Oh, this is why I bought those zombie anti-zombie potion things. Are there reviviflies in this?
Do you not want to heal Spira's sorrow? Let death carry you off into peaceful slumber.
You can't run from your fate.
Alright. Don't know yet. Oh, no haste? Alright. Gonna be that way? Hey, how you doing, Chance? Not immune. Look out, he's got a sword. I mean, that's not a fair combo. I'm getting by. So how many turns do you need, you prick? Okay, that's 5 turns? It's easy to be considered one of the most difficult bosses when you decide you'll have all the turns you want. I think we should get a replay on that bug. I got something stuck in my teeth and it's from me. The worst part about that, though, is we have to sit through the whole cutscene again. Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. I feel like racing on a first playthrough is just generally a bad idea. Hopefully we'll be able to beat him on the second try. Probably not, but you know. Live in hope. I got time while this cutscene plays, though.
Xanarkand is on the other side, you know?
I know.
Uni is gonna get the final Aeon, you know?
I know.
I still haven't thought of anything.
Me neither.
What are we gonna do?
We'll do something.
Yeah, maxed out grids, but how much time did you spend on the car ones?
Let's go to Xanarkand. We'll find something there.
Yeah, if need be, we'll just spend the rest of this stream grinding.
Hey.
Hmm?
Just now, you sounded like a leader, you know?
Star of the Xanarkand Apes. Didn't anyone tell you?
Aha! Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, the son of Jack.
Riku, run ahead and tell
Yeah, but you expect the majority of that time to be after you've gotten the airship, though.
Now is your time.
Oh, I could skip through some of this.
Allow me. Yours was truly a gallant race. They threw themselves at me to bar my path. One after another.
I do like the subtle hints of mania creeping into his voice at this point, though.
No.
Kimari.
You could end the suffering of this poor Ramso.
I don't think fiancé is the right word. They clearly got married.
Allow Kimari to die and release him from his pain. Spira is a land of suffering and sorrow caught in a spiral of death. To destroy, to heal Spira, I will become sin. Yes, with your help. Come with me, Yuna. Once I have become the next sin, your father will be free again.
Okay. Your husband's a real villain. Wait, kick him in the face.
Pitiful mortal.
Alright, round 2. I don't like that he opens with what is essentially a guaranteed instant kill. It's the kind of thing that makes late game Final Fantasy VI really unappealing to me.
You have angered Kimari. The spirits of the rock.
Well, I really enjoy Final Fantasy VI, but like, really, dealing with that final boss just ain't fun. Alright. I bought Holy Waters. You stupid bitch.
Do you not want to heal Spira's sorrow? Let death carry you.
Yeah, the whole climb up the fight with Kefka
You can't
and
run
Heartless
from your fate.
Angel dealing with that's an issue. I suppose more, I'm thinking of Goddess though, with her unblockable zombie attacks. No, the game does not like me switching characters out here. Alright, only 2 people get to talk to him. Let's go. An elixir, nice. Magic Master's also irritating. Although I just use the Osmos Rasp strategy, so it just takes a while. Because I'm not grinding my characters high enough to survive Ultima, or to have Life 2. Have Mog in the party specifically for no encounters climbing the tower. Have everybody spam Osmos or Rasp. And just do it. Yeah, it's not a... The whole Cultist Tower is not a nice setup. It's really awful for first timers. And it's not pleasant to go through again afterwards. Come on, big money, big prizes. Nice. I broke the damage cap.
Death awaits you.
Good work, Bahamut. Proud of you. No, I remember my first time climbing the Cultist Tower. You are not ready for it. The first time you go up. Okay, not specifically weak to anything. So... yeah, why the fuck not? I'll have to waste a turn to spell in it. What big stuff do we have? I should really sort these more often. No. Not bad. Oh, look at the cheeky bitch. That's 3 turns. Four turns. So at some point he's just going to say fuck it and go until the party's dead. I should have spent more time in the calm ones. Yeah, no kidding. Quit this part on PS2. Yep, very understandable. Well, I guess we're just gonna do some grinding. Not against these things, because fuck grenades. Like, I'll make my way down the entire mountain and go and grind on the Calmlands where we have better fights. And it's like, you remember what happens when we come up against a boss in an RPG that just pisses me off. We're not going to be streaming tomorrow or Saturday. Because maybe I'll do some off-stream grinding. They have a lot of health, higher magic defense, and explode after you attack them 3 times. They're, in my opinion, not worth the effort it takes to kill them. Yeah, let's get Lulu's tier 3 magics, I guess. Gonna kill penance today. I believe in you. Ah, fuck. Forgot about that. Yeah, so we're playing the PS2 version. Playing the European PS2 version, which is the version I had when I was younger, because as you may be able to tell, I am European. So when the game came out in Europe, it had taken so long for them to release it in Europe that the international version had come out already in Japan. So when we got it in Europe, we got the international version. With all the Dark Aeons, with Penance, with all of it, and it's just not fun. Want to go back around the world and do some late game exploring, and the game's like, oh, you're going back to Besaid, here's Dark Valifor. Oh. Thanks, game. Oh, you're in Australia? That makes sense, you would have got the PAL version as well. I don't think Eunice had a go this time. Yeah, I got work tomorrow and Saturday. And Clem streams on Saturday, so I won't be streaming then. Maybe I'll do like, a bunch of grinding while I watch Clem stream when I get home on Saturday. It's been a while since I've had a good RPG grind fest. Yeah, pal. There was a 3DS game that I wanted that only came out on in English. Well, only came out in the PAL region in Australia one time. And the debate, I was very close to picking it up. Because, you know, 3DS is region locked. It was available in America, but like, we don't have... I don't have an American 3DS. I don't know where I'm going with this. But with RPGs, it's all about like how quick the battles are and how much you enjoy the battle system. Plus, how regularly you feel the results. You should have done, Chance. We've talked about it. You know, like how you can't get Shin Megami Tensei 4 in PAL regions anymore. Because they closed the eShop, and it wasn't released physically over here. You damn fool. Alright, swap you out. Yeah, these guys all have like crazy magic defense. Damn, Orin. That counts as damage. Motherfucker. I need to do something with this. Go. I think Riku hasn't had a shot yet. But we got time. This thing has so much health. Nice. Yeah, we're not planning to go super long today anyway.
You shall fear magic.
Give me those big numbers now, Lulu. Not much better. Yeah, it's been a while since I've had a nice grinding session on RPG. Partly because it's been so long since we've done an RPG like that. Like, I didn't grind on Vesperia, I did not grind on Rebirth. I feel like the results of that really fucking showed. But those are more action RPG than anything else, so I was able to break through it with skill. Chrono Trigger didn't require grinding. Yeah, thanks for the follow, Bug. Favorite Final Fantasy? I mean, it probably is going to be 7. First one I played, my first RPG. I do really like 9, though. Really like 9. Really like 6. Really like 5. Yeah, I don't have a PS5 for it, then. DirectX is a PC issue. Right. Yeah, I ended up playing it on PS5. Because last year, the only things we streamed last year were PS1 games. So it came out and I couldn't stream it. So this year we started with Intermission, because I hadn't played Intermission yet. And then I played Chrono Trigger just to break things up. Which, fucking amazing still. Chrono Trigger's so good. And then we played Rebirth.
Welcome to O'Walkers.
Start buying consoles? That's fair enough. I feel like every day we get closer to something becoming completely obsolete. You'd think it'd be console, but the biggest trouble with that currently is the way PC optimization is so bad. Just generally. Plus the amount of unnecessary bullshit we get forced on us on PC. I'm at the point where I just will not buy Ubisoft games on PC anymore.
The mountain itself is the trial.
If I'm interested in a game from Ubisoft, I buy it on console now. Which I did with Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary Edition. I was like, great, I won't have to deal with Ubisoft Connect and all that nonsense. And plot twist, they loaded all of that shit into the console version, and it really ruined the experience. It's not like PC is a small market. The money's there if they're going to put the work in. They just refuse to. And then the response recently has just been, well, you need a better system then. And it's like, no, you need to optimize your shit better. No, Kamari will be okay. I think the thing with that, Chance, is, like, We get to a point where you cannot buy physical anymore because they're just not doing it. Stop buying new games. Put that money towards old stuff that you'll actually enjoy, that you know works. Let's all stop buying new games. It's a bad time for GPUs to get really awkward. Especially with this GPU shortage that's happening. Just remakes of old stuff. Yeah, that's the way I've been for a while. The stuff that I've been most excited about coming out has been primarily remasters. Like, we had the Tomb Raider 4 to 6 remaster earlier this year. Different market demands. What do we have? We had the Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remaster. The Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 remakes I'm fairly interested in. Yeah, I was really surprised to see Croc was getting a remaster. That's something I'll probably give a look at some point. I only ever played the demo of the original Croc. And I think currently the only thing I'm really looking forward to is the new Lego Batman game. Anything else, I've got no interest in. I don't care about Resident Evil 9, I don't care about this Silent Hill 1 remake they're talking about. I wonder how that affects... How does getting rid of tank controls affect the gameplay? Because that game was built around tank controls. Like with Tomb Raider, they've got the option to play with tank controls and modern controls in the remaster, and the modern controls, for me, feel too loose in comparison with the tank controls. Runs good? Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's really the old stuff that I'm more interested in. I think one game... I don't think I picked it up this year. I think I picked it up late last year, but we did play it this year. Was the Bounty Hunter remaster, the Star Wars Bounty Hunter remaster. I quite enjoyed that. Made it too easy. I can see how that would be the case. Does it make it fast, though? Are you able to play it faster with smoother controls? I'm thinking of when they did Metroid Prime and Prime 2 on the Wii. Yeah, you blitz through it, yeah. There could be a bunch of fun in that. When they did Metroid Prime and Prime 2 on the Wii as part of Prime Trilogy, it was definitely easier, but there was a lot of fun in how much faster you could move through the game. felt like even the Prime remaster didn't really mesh up to that. Like, that didn't feel as good as Prime Trilogy did. Is this Hercules? I didn't realize that was on Steam. Oh, Kamari just got Fire. Might as well use it. Yeah, I did not realize I was even on Steam. You have any issues getting it running? Nope, I don't need another one. Controls are a pain to set up. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like the big barrier that remasters and re-releases have to beat is, like, it's not just enough for these things to be available again. They need to be more convenient than just emulating the original product, I think. Or they need to offer some sort of quality of life over the original product. Which the Tomb Raider remasters do. Is nice. The Legacy of Kain, the Soul Reaver remasters did. Which was also really nice. If I can get Yuna onto Lulu's pack, really nice. Yeah. And then the question becomes, like, why should we be paying for this rather than just emulating it ourselves? That's where these developers have the opportunity to make it worth considering with quality of life improvements. Night Dive is really good for that. I feel like Night Dive should be the standard for other companies to meet. Yep. They've only missed the mark a few times. Yeah, don't ramp up the price like it's a new game. Talking about Night Dive missing the mark, they did a new remaster of Blood. Blood Refresh Supply, and the price is the biggest issue. Because it is basically an update for the previous remaster they did. So the thing with that really seems to be a publisher issue, more than anything else. How much effort a publisher's willing to pay for. Every now and then, though, you get an example where, like, they've just gone kind of above and beyond. Yeah. You know what'd be more interesting than another remaster of The Last of Us? Here's an idea, Naughty Dog. Why don't you remaster the Jak and Daxter trilogy and put that on modern platforms? How about that on PC? I'm sure some people would be interested in playing Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 on PC. You know, rather than just the last one. Yeah, I picked up, the Hexen bundle. It came with Heretic, Hexen, Hexen 2, and the expansions. And like 2 weeks later, out of nowhere, Night Dive released Hexen plus Hexen, Heretic plus Hexen, which full remaster of Heretic and Hexen, plus the DLC, plus the expansion packs, plus 2 new expansion packs for both games. And because I owned Heretic and Hexen on Steam, free upgrade. So much new content, completely new quality of life stuff. Free upgrade. I was like, that's fantastic. Yeah, so many PS2 games I just wish were more available. Like this, thankfully, regardless of whether you think the remaster is better or worse than the original, the remaster is enough. The remaster isn't nothing. So you can play this on modern platforms, and that's great. And it's like the Resident Evil 4 remake. Wasn't really interested in it, but at least they offered the original game available on all current platforms. I did end up picking up and playing through the Resident Evil 4 remake, and it was great, but I'm glad that the original is available. Alternatively, the Silent Hill 2 remake. Can't get the original on anything, except Xbox, and even then it's only the HD version, which is garbage. Yeah, if you have it on PC, the mods you can get for it are really convenient. One of my mods, somebody who also streamed this game last year, I think it might have been, was playing it on PC with mods, and was talking about an experience share mod, which is really nice. You never played the Silent Hill games? Wouldn't it be nice if you had the opportunity to legally purchase the Silent Hill games on a current generation system? So you could try them and find out whether or not you'd like them. But no, you're relegated to emulation. Because these companies will not re-release these things. Except Silent Hill 4, you can purchase Silent Hill 4 on GOG. And it's a really good way of actually playing Silent Hill 4, I'll give them that. GOG is doing a lot of work for that kind of thing recently, and it's really good to see. Got hit bad with malware? No. Yeah. The big companies constantly making it more and more difficult to try and get access to this stuff. And it's like, if you make it available, I'll pay for it. Those robots are on fire. Ugh. Don't mind him. You managed to get all that taken care of? Get it all removed off your system? Didn't have to scan. Yeah, I've heard that kind of thing where they have a specific scripting to tell scans to completely overlook them. There's a lot of really neat things about modern, like just modern technology. And then so much of it's ruined through garbage like this. I wonder what's in this direction. Yeah, and there's no way that should happen just naturally. That makes sense. The craziest thing about all of it is, like, if they played it smart, they could very easily get away with so much of this. But you see just, like, how incredibly greedy the whole situation is. It's like, if they hadn't been, like, pushing your system to max, you may never have noticed it. The whole thing's so stupid. Counter. Yes. Hmm. Yeah. You just can't trust anything these days. Not really, it's been a fairly quiet day for me. Playing some Tomb Raider 2 earlier. Because I finally sat down and finished the first Tomb Raider on the remaster collection. Last week? Maybe? And so I've been started Tomb Raider 2 and I've been, like, chipping away at that. Nice and relaxing, not as relaxing as the first Tomb Raider was. Too much combat in Tomb Raider 2 for that. I'd like it if there was less combat, because the combat's not good. Well, I've not left the house, so I've not seen anybody really celebrating it. No, that's the wrong way. I feel like at this point, we're more insular than ever as a society. Grinded Blitzball. What a Christmas. Worst ways to spend it. And as long as you're staying properly regulating your temperature, which for you being in Australia, I'm guessing, like, keeping cool while it's Australian summer. For us, it's like, I'm not going outside, it's fucking freezing. No, I don't want to swap Yuna for Riku like that. Yeah, COVID really ramps it up. And then, like, so much else has happened since then. No, it's really not. Although, this last week's been a little warmer than it probably should have been. As an odd one. Yeah. I have a package due on Saturday, which should be nice. Look forward to that. Work from home? I don't know what I would do if I work from home, because, like, you've got to get out. Just for your mental health, you've got to get out. Take up walking, maybe. I don't know. Switch you with Riku. And then we can just immediately take out one of you guys. Yeah. Boom. Yeah. Try and find social activities where you can. As much as we don't want to really be that way a lot of the time, we are social creatures and we have to engage in social activities in some regard, or we will just fall apart. I mean, if you have trouble, like, getting yourself out of the house without a job to do that, then that is probably for the better that you search for another job. As somebody who commutes to work, I would absolutely just be like, you know, I'm going to get out of the house for a little while myself, rather than have to commute to work. Everybody's had a shot.
Enough.
Even then, that wouldn't even be for social activities. I'd be leaving the house just to, like, get out of the house. I wouldn't be talking to anybody. Who talks to strangers? Yep. Work from home's the dream. They're trying to take it away from us all. Yeah, that's also part of it. Just generally on the whole, we're not as social as we used to be, even though we are still social creatures, and that's absolutely having a big effect on mental health. On top of all the existing reasons for why it is the case. It costs money to go out and do stuff.
It's over.
Part of the reason why I do the Christmas stream is so people can have somewhere to have a bit of social interaction. If they don't have anything. Christmas can be a bad thing. I have none of the optional summons now. And Christmas can be a bad time for people who don't have anything. Or anyone. Then the idea, the expectation of what Christmas is supposed to be can weigh on people. And so every year I try and do something, some stream on Christmas. So people have, like, somewhere to spend a little time with people if they need it. Is what we're here for. I can't do it as long as I would like today, because I am in work tomorrow. I wanted to start earlier, but like events conspired against me. Normally it would have been like, we'll come back, we'll come back and we'll do this another time, but it's like, no. Specifically, the point of the Christmas stream is that it's on Christmas. Lulu. Definitely want more use out of Lulu right now. She's so close to having tier 3 magic. So I've got tomorrow and Saturday in work, then I have 2 days off. Then I'm in for 2 days, an early and a late. And then I'm off for like a week though, so we'll have a bunch of stuff there. And of course, once we're done with this, it should take us to the end of the year, and we'll be doing Lost Odyssey. When did I start streaming? 2019. I've been doing this for about 6.5 years now. It's been good. I spent the last couple of years really getting back into like the reasons I began streaming, because it was always about playing the games. I've had probably like about close to a decade. I've had trouble focusing on just playing games. So streaming on Twitch is really about focusing on that, just playing the games. Mm-hmm. It's true, Chance. Good.
Where are we?
The faith is inside. As are the fiends.
Hey, this where...
Where? What?
The summoner I guarded on my first pilgrimage died here. Yuna, let's go. The faith awaits.
But yeah, like, the focus for me was originally about, like, just having a focused, dedicated time to play games on stream. And I kind of lost track of that a little bit. and I've spent the last couple of years getting back to it, so it's been really good. Like last year I played nothing but PS1 games on stream to like celebrate the 30th anniversary of PlayStation. And this year's been all about playing games that I haven't streamed before, so I'm not just repeating the same things. And that's been really good. It is a tough grind on Twitch if you're wanting to try and make a living off it. But I'm really just here to enjoy myself. It's why I stream whatever I want to stream. And it's definitely better for that. There's like next year I'm planning to do like only RPGs. I'm gonna do a bunch of stuff that I've been wanting to stream for a while there as well. I think if you want to make it in terms of like professionally as a streamer, like making money to live on as a streamer, you really have to be focused on a specific thing. You have to be focused on a specific thing and be very lucky. And I could not play the same thing over and over. I got bored of it. I played a lot of Resident Evil 2 in like my first 2 years. And I'll still play it every now and then, but I've played it to the point where I'm bored playing it. So you can probably say I'm a variety streamer. But I don't really think about it. I'm really just here to play the games that I want to play. And if we get people coming in and chatting and hanging out, that's great. It's not essential to my experience, but everybody's welcome. We have an ad coming up though, which we're going to have to run. Now I'll use this opportunity to grab a drink. There's going to be the one ad break today though. We'll be gone before the next one runs. So yeah, we'll run this ad and we'll be right back with more Final Fantasy X. We'll do this temple, which it's new content. We're not running around in circle grinding. And I will talk to what you're saying there, Chance, when I come back. We'll be right back. And we're back.
Oh no!
It's always funny when we come back and I press the sound button and it plays something like that. It just makes me laugh. Like, oh, we're back.
Success!
Yeah, I definitely get what you're talking about with that, though, Chance. You want to show some stuff off to other people. I definitely have that at times. Like Metal Gear Rising, now that we've finally done Metal Gear Solid 4, and we can go to Metal Gear Rising with the appropriate backstory knowledge. Like, I definitely want to show off Metal Gear Rising for anybody who hasn't seen it. Because it's such a wild game. You know, Tidus, there were 3 enemies. Moron. But then also, like, a lot of the other stuff is like, I just want to play this stuff myself. Again. Experience some stuff, re-experience some stuff.
That's how it's done.
Every now and then, playing something you've never played before, you discover something new. Like, you know, that's really fun. And I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. This year, that one, the big example of that has been Captain America Super Soldier. That was, like, genuinely so much more entertaining than I expected. I'd heard it was decent enough, and I really enjoyed that game. Here, let's bring out Walker. That's what I like to see. Also what I like to see. Well, more than anything, I think the most important thing when streaming is to set yourself up to enjoy yourself. Because if you're not enjoying yourself, then what's even the point? Like, this is my free time. I'm doing this in my free time. If I'm not enjoying it, then I'm wasting my free time. I could be doing something else. And it's what I say to anybody who ever asks me about streaming, which has happened an odd number of times. People will come into my stream and like ask me how to succeed at streaming, and it's like, do I look like I'm particularly successful? Yeah, I don't make enough money to live on. Every few months I get a small payout, but it ain't much. It's not enough to live on. If you perceive me as successful, that's because I'm just enjoying myself. That's the important thing. Smack him. Good work, Una. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize how difficult it is as well. Like, it takes more energy than a lot of people would really expect.
This ends now.
Because you could absolutely be like, oh yeah, you're just sitting there playing games and talking for a few hours. It's like... that takes like, quite a bit. I remember when I first started and I had like a fairly hard limit on like 3-hour streams. Meet the threshold monthly thing. You mean the payouts? There's a threshold. It used to be $100, like US dollars. Once you'd hit, like, banked $100 US, you got paid out. They lowered it to 50, maybe last year, so you get paid out more often. They've introduced a new thing, or they're introducing a new thing in a minute, where you can spend what's been banked before you hit that threshold on, like, Twitch stuff, like bits and such, which I'm not gonna do. Yeah, like, once you hit $50, they pay you out. And it goes to my PayPal, and I extract that and put it in my bank account. And, like, I'm not a big streamer. I don't get a huge amount of views or subs. I get a good amount for a small streamer. And so I get paid out now that they've lowered it to $50. Like, every few months, like maybe once every 3 months or so, I'll get like £40 in my bank account out of it. Which is nice. Like, a nice little bit of extra cash. Nothing substantial, couldn't live on it, couldn't really do anything big with it. But it's there, it's something. A little extra money for playing games and trying to be entertaining. Worst ways to get a little bit of extra cash. Yeah, it's exactly it, Seek. Welcome in, bud. It is more than playing the game for nothing, yeah. There are times where I think, like, it would be simpler if I just wasn't affiliate anymore. It wasn't a thing of, like, I hit the specific goals required to become an affiliate, and then I spent, like, 3 months considering whether I wanted to be an affiliate. Oh, it does not fund my games, absolutely not. I have so many games at this point that have been funded through just my regular purchases. What the fuck is that?
You couldn't reach the far plane.
Why does healing magic cure it? The thing's clearly undead.
Let's end this.
Fire and ice. Well, Twitch has a system now where you can manually roll ads. And it gives you a little more payout per ad as a result. It gives you more control over it. That makes sense, it's turn ordered. And it turns off pre-roll ads. So what I do is I run like 3 minutes of ads like every hour. Oh no, it's fine. I'm happy. I'm absolutely fine with talking about it. So I roll 3 minutes of ads every hour, and that gives me an hour without pre-roll ads at all. Which I think is probably better. It makes me aware of when ads are running, so that, like, as a viewer, you're not watching the stream and then the stream cuts out and you're shown an ad and then you're missing gameplay. I want to be mindful of that. I want everybody to have the opportunity to watch if they want to watch. It's like, that's definitely a positive. Plus, actually having mandated breaks is probably better. Because it means like you actually have time to like get up, stretch yourself, use the bathroom, grab yourself a snack or whatever. Because I've had it in the past before this system came in, where I would sit here for the entire length of a stream. I remember I played through Ocarina of Time. I did it in one sitting, and it took me like 9 hours, and I did not move for that 9 hours. So having specific points where it's like stop can be like really beneficial. It's like, yeah, I didn't move for that 9 hours. I played all the way through Ocarina of Time, and I felt like shit after. Exactly, and that's what we have set up at the minute. Where I'm in control of the ads like that. It was crazy. I didn't even start that stream intending to beat the game in a single sitting. I think it helps that for like, almost every job I've worked, and the job I currently work at, I stand for the entire length of the thing.
Don't ask me.
I don't spend a lot of time in my life
They say it
sitting.
was stolen from a temple long ago.
Huh?
With no faith, summoners cannot train. Without training, they cannot call the final Aeon. Without the final Aeon, they cannot defeat sin. That is why.
'Cause then the summoner won't die.
That must be what the thief was thinking.
I kinda agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Going back to what Teak was saying about losing growth, though, like, I know some people who've been like, kind of pretty focused on Twitch growth. Ah, shit. How much health do you have? That's a lot of fucking health. Oh. Yes. How are you heading out, Bug? I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for the follow and the chat. Always appreciated. Hope you have yourself a good rest of your Christmas. And take care. Right, can we do this before it hits us with bad breath? Yes. That does mean I wasted the other overdrives, though.
No time to waste. Let's go.
Yeah, I know some people on Twitch who've been like really focused on growth. I feel like in the long run... Oh, you're still hanging here? Oh, good. I appreciate that as well. I feel like in the long run, it's probably not great for your mental health. Because, like, it's such an oversaturated field. Like, you got a lot of people who look at, like, these big Twitch stars and these big YouTubers, and they're like, oh, I can do that. They, like, you just do it from your home and with a computer and a camera and, like, play some games and whatnot. And it's like, yeah, but the thing that a lot of these people don't talk about is how lucky you have to be to get anywhere. I'm lucky that I have the audience I have. Well, if it casts Reflect on itself, then I'll just hit it with physical. Didn't do a lot of damage. Should have figured. Yeah, there's a lot of like unnecessary belief, I think, in the, like whatever the big streamers are doing is why they're big, and with a lot of it, like personality can be a big part of it, yes, but so few people are willing to acknowledge that a significant part of it is luck. Oh yeah, like there's effort here. Like, a lot of this, the layout I have now is pretty much set. Like, this is years of effort and work in small bits. Like, what do we got? Microphone, stand, camera, light, the computer, the stream deck here, the actual purchase of games and such. But yeah, we're emulating this, but I own this. I own it physically. I own it on Vita, PS4, PC, Switch. And again, like, we talk about the energy that it requires to actually just stream. Yeah, buying equipment's also a thing. There's definitely going to be a subset of people who will look at a stream and, like, if it doesn't look like a professional setup, like, say there's any... Like, let's look at my microphone for a second and go to these filters. And, like, these filters I've got on my mic, let's turn them off. And so, like, you come into a stream with audio like this. And it's like, I've got a pretty decent microphone setup, but without this on top of it, it sounds way worse. I do feel like there's definitely a whole thing of, like, everything has to meet a certain minimum level of quality. You don't have a webcam, you don't have a nice layout. Like, this layout's fine. My focus on my layout, like with this layout, we have the widescreen layout. And, like, my focus with what we've gone with this is so I'm not covering the game, because I'm here for the game, I assume you're here for the game as well. That sucks. And, like, you would hope that you'd get people who are real-life friends who... and that kind of thing. My capture... like, to divert for a second, like, answer what Teek's saying. My capture card... I got a capture card early on for the Let's Plays. And I've upgraded my capture card incrementally when it's been affordable. But I've never gone out of my way to purchase a capture card at full price when it's not been affordable. And now the capture card I'm using again is... I don't think you can even buy this anymore. Time on light. No, so I'm back on the Elgato HD60. Not even the HD60S. I have an S Plus that's been giving me trouble. And it's like, oh yeah, that's great. You know what it does? Pass through. No delay. Right. It's been giving me trouble. You know what hasn't been giving me trouble? HD60. There's delay on it, so I just configure the stream to deal with the delay. Fine.
This ends now.
My first capture card was the Elgato Game Capture HD. Yeah, I know yours is the same chance. That's why I was able to help you troubleshoot when you were having trouble with your capture card recently. Remember? My original capture card was the HD... the Elgato Game Capture HD. And there was definitely an advantage to that to the newer ones, because it also had a specific socket for older inputs. And I don't have the wires for that anymore. I don't know what happens, which is a real shame. Yeah, delay to the camera and the mic, it's fine. Pass-through is the amount of overhead it adds to your system requirements to get it to work is so unnecessary. Because, like, the HD60, I spent a bunch of time figuring out, like, the approximate delay. And it's about 300 milliseconds. Not much. And the amount of overhead on this, like, the amount of increased system requirements to get the pass-through is not worth the 300 milliseconds of not having delay. It's entirely pointless. Yeah, I don't browse Twitch streams anymore. I follow enough people, and I don't get to watch all the people that I would like to, that I follow at the minute. Like, I don't get to be in Teak stream as much as I'd like to anymore. I don't need to follow more people that I'm not going to be able to watch. Or more people that are going to end up competing for my attention. But what else was I saying? Yeah, real-life friends that have been like, oh yeah, your stream's not great, so they've not stuck around. Bane. My first mod, Bane, who is still with us. He was in stream yesterday. He might be lurking, I don't know, I'm not going to check. From before my very first stream, I was testing out the software and the internet connection and my setup. And like, he was very helpful in providing feedback with that. And from the first stream, Bane was there. Bane is here. And like I've said previously, if it wasn't for Bane's very constant support early on. I may not have gotten as far as I have with stream. Bane was there, like, every time. Like, especially in that first year before, like, I really got any regulars in. Bane was there for every stream, constantly engaging me in conversation. And, like, that was super helpful. Even when the stream was scuffed and, like, really rough. Because, like, you can check on the YouTube. Like, the link is just up there. It's just come up recently. You can check on the YouTube. And the top of that, the first stream I did, Dark Souls Remastered. And, like, I don't think there's a starting screen. I don't think there's an ending screen. There's definitely no filters over the microphone. I was using the Elgato software at the time. There was no chat displayed on the stream, so I was reading it so that anybody watching it in the future could know what I'm responding to. And, like, it was not a great setup of stream. And, like, Bane was there regardless. Absolutely. MVP of the stream has always been Bane for that. Well, now I need to kill it before it charges. It's like, that's how you know you're real friends from... I think you're not. I mean, I say that. But, like, people can be busy. Like, we so rarely see Sina because he's usually busy. Everybody's got a life. But for your friends to come out and straight up say, I didn't like the looks of it, so I stopped watching, is like... Let's see, who do I regularly watch? Part of the trouble for me with watching people is time zones. Like, I'd love to watch Teak more often. But, like, there's the time zone issue. Teak is 6 hours ahead, 6 hours behind me. Right, they don't sound like friends, do they? Like, Teak is 6 hours behind me. So usually Teak goes live at, like, 1 AM for me. Ali. I like to watch Ali. That's again a difficult thing. She's 5 hours behind me, and she's usually late to her own streams, so it's difficult for me to watch her. Ninja's when Ninja was streaming recently, he was doing Mass Effect 1 and 2. He was mostly doing it fairly early, so I was able to watch a lot more of that than you would have expected. Clem. Because Clem streams fairly early. He does it once a week and he streams fairly early. It's 12 PM for him, so it's 5 PM for me. I fell asleep watching his stream on Saturday, actually. But he went late with that and I fell asleep watching him. I think that's it, actually, of, like, who I watch that regularly streams. Let's see. Who else is there? I don't have a lot of people I watch anymore. Amber's not streamed in maybe 2 months. The issue with watching Amber stream when she does stream is she usually does it during the day. So it's like, if I'm off work, I can be there. If I'm not going to be able to be there. Let's go through this list. Ali, Teak, Magic. Magic has had a habit of streaming things lately that I want to play for myself. But Magic streams all hours of the day. It's crazy. Crag hasn't streamed a lot lately. Mr. Charisma is every Tuesday and Thursday, but I've been feeling very tired lately. So I've not been in a lot. I couldn't tell you the last time Emily streamed. If I can make it to Chance's streams, I do. Batgirl hasn't streamed in a long time. Megumi is so infrequent. She streamed recently, and I was surprised that she was streaming like early in the day. She started something new. Serial. I honestly just don't watch a lot of Serial, is what it is. Downhill F, there you go. No, it's Downhill F. I was at work when she was doing that. It was weirdly early. Which is odd. I like being in Megumi streams, but she usually streams like really late on a Friday for me. Lino doesn't have access to his account anymore, so he has the Artura Scout account. But I don't think he's streamed on there. Cat does a lot of Yakuza, and I need to catch up with Yakuza before I watch her do any of it, is part of that problem. Icy does a lot of Fortnite, which I don't really watch. Flame doesn't stream much, May doesn't stream much anymore. It's kind of everybody. I cut down a lot of my following lists to the people I actually watch. And that's all the people I follow currently. So I don't need more people to not be able to watch. Steiner did stream for a short time. I have spoken to him about it, and part of the issue with like why he's not streaming anymore is like he's pretty busy generally, and I don't think he enjoyed it that much. Which is fair enough, like it's not for everybody.
Well then, what next?
Take that.
Nice. That was also back though. I think that was like a little. I think Sani was streaming like kind of a little bit around COVID. Like, it was a long time ago. I still follow his account. He's not streamed in a long time. Yeah, she did. She was streaming off a console, and she doesn't have access to that console anymore, which is why she's not streaming. I know she'd like to return to it. Good. Yeah, like, going back to the energy thing, like, people definitely underestimate just how much energy it takes to stream. Back when I started, it was pretty much a focused 3 hours that I would do it for. I remember, like, it wasn't the last session, it was like the penultimate session of Final Fantasy VII, which was the second game I streamed. We ended up going for like 4.5 hours, because I was doing chocobo breeding and such, and like, that exhausted me. Like, just an extra hour and a half. Now I can go like way longer. Like I say, I did that 9-hour stream, and I've done longer streams since. Captain America was a single session stream that ended up taking... I think that was almost 8 hours. Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't think dealing with these is worth it. Yeah, like, it takes a lot more out of you, and, like, especially the talking. Like, somebody tells you that just sitting there talking for like 3+ hours is easy. They're full of shit.
Come out and fight like a man.
Because, like, that wears on you. That wears on your throat. How you doing today, Bane? You have a good Christmas? Yeah, I think a lot of this is it's why you've got to be doing this for yourself. Because chances are, professionally, you're not going to get anywhere with it. It's not likely to make you money to live on. And if it does, there's a good chance you probably won't enjoy it because of what you'll have to do. Oh god, yeah. Like, it depends sometimes. Sometimes just conversational talking can, like, wear on your throat. Sometimes you can do it for hours. Still not as easy as some people think. Visual novels, like just narrating and doing voice acting, absolutely. Police Notes, which I think is the only visual novel I've done on this stream. Session 3 of that was 7.5 hours, and I voiced everything that the game didn't voice. 7.5 hours. That was a mistake. But I don't usually, like, voice that stuff. I made an exception when I did Nocturne with Chance. Police Notes was really good. I really enjoyed playing that. I really look forward to eventually getting around to Snatcher because of how much I enjoy Police Notes. But yeah, when we did, I'm glad you enjoyed it though, Ben. Trying to do distinct voices and then remember what those voices are was difficult. But yeah, doing Nocturne with Chance. I don't voice RPGs. I usually just let the viewers read them. Chance does, so when we had Chance with us for Nocturne, we did voices for that, and it was fun. It was difficult on the throat for some of it. I remember the Hikawa voice was not pleasant on my throat. Yeah. I think I voiced Lucifer, but I don't remember what the voice I gave him was. But I think Hikawa was the difficult voice for me. It was like a lower pitch, and it was like a lot more force in it. But it was fun. Yeah, I just mostly let the audience read that stuff.
Take that.
I feel like we spent so much time talking, we've barely gotten anywhere in this area. Still Power Sphere. One goal. Like, there's a thing of, like, if you do it right, you can do it like a raspy voice. Really easily. maintain it for an extended period. But like, if you put like just a little bit of force in that, it tears your throat up. And that's not pleasant. And like, especially if you do it early on in a stream, and it's like, oh great, I'm still going to be playing this for like another 2 hours. Yeah, I don't often voice characters in games. Police Notes was like the big solo exception. O equals Y. And that was really because, like, it being a visual novel, there wasn't a whole lot else to do with it. Yeah, I do look forward to eventually doing Snatcher. And with that, though, I definitely say, Chance, you should really play Police Notes.
Allow me. You like Mega Potions? Why not today, Kent? What are you doing right now? No, that's lame. Download it to your PSP. I'll send you a link. I assume you have a PSP, and I assume it's hacked. I'll send you a link. Send you a link so you can download it to your hacked PSP that you definitely have. What do you mean it's not hacked? Why would somebody have a PSP and not have it hacked in this year of our Lord 2025? Yeah. It's unfortunate that Flames come in here at this time because I am actually about to end stream. Like I say, it's not as long as I'd like it to be. Various things happened during the day, so I wasn't able to start stream as early as I would have liked. I'm in work tomorrow, so I can't go super late. Otherwise, I'd be like, you know what, we're going until we defeat Seymour. But I can't do that today. Let me see how much is left of this temple.
Because, like, if we finish this temple, I can then spend the time between this session and next session. Grinding. Let's see what's left. If you've not played your PSP in several years, check on it. Make sure the battery hasn't started swelling. Check on it. Make sure the battery isn't swelling.
Pat, another Guado fiend?
No, an unsent.
It is. It's you, is it not, Lady Ginham? Forgive me. I was too young.
Yeah, you gotta keep an eye on your PSPs.
There is no human left in you now.
Keep an eye on, like, all of your old electronics that you still have. With, lithium-ion batteries.
Very well, then. Allow me to perform my last duty to you. My last as your guardian.
Oh, there it is. No, I don't believe you can, Bane. What about Mass Summon? I think as far as, like, a bunch of the more recent Final Fantasies of this period go, I don't think any of the games managed to get away without undeveloped party members. Just have to turn it on? Yeah. Like, Freya and FF9. I'm gonna say, like, the entire party in FF8. Yeah, we'll see how I feel about you, Jimbo, after we get him. That's right, build up my overdrive. Yeah, I'm not likely to use Yojimbo for, you know, the instant win. But it's experience and it's good to show off on stream. Jimbo Jones. Mega Flare. I'm not particularly fond of this design in Third Bahamut. I don't really like the chunky Bahamut designs. I like sleek Bahamut. I don't even remember what 15's Bahamut looks like.
Strange. I thought it would be sadder somehow.
I thought it'd be harder.
Maybe I've gotten used to farewells.
You're stronger now.
Waka, I hope you're right.
We're about to go now anyway, Chance. Let's say we get this done, and then
the faith is inside.
I can
go do what you can
grind between this and the next session we do to deal with Seymour. You take care, Chance. Thanks for dropping by. Neo Bahamut is a good design, but it is also a chunkier Bahamut. I like the thinner necks on them. Like, FF8 Bahamut is pretty nice. I do really like FF9 Bahamut as well. Neo Bahamut's kind of chunky.
I am the blade of vengeance. They dare only whisper my name. Yojimbo. Summoner, I ask you, what do you want of me?
I'm going to assume one of you guys knows what the right answer to this is. All-time favorite game. I mean, Skies of Arcadia is a really good contender for that for me. You don't think there is a right answer? Excellent.
If you desire my strength, you must pay my price. Make your offer.
300,000.
You expect a phoenix, yet you offer chicken feed.
I offer you everything I have, you greedy bitch.
Deal. Maybe next time.
Well, we saw you, Jimbo. We don't need you, Jimbo. Easier to use than Marto. Flexible art. I've got 35,000 gil. I've been spending it reasonably enough. Could be useful. I mean, nothing's saying we're not gonna come back eventually and do, the extra content. At some point. But yeah, there's definitely the thing of, like, not gonna put myself in a position where I'm relying on Yojimbo to kill the Dark Aeons. Not at all. Absolutely not. Yeah, this is the international version. This is the European PS2 version. It's the international release. There we go. And now, between now and next session, I can do some grinding. It used to be that I would do all my grinding on stream so you could all see how much grinding everything required. And then I spent 3 consecutive sessions of Digital Devil Saga 2 grinding, and it wasn't enough. It's not that the US got scammed, it's that Square, in their complete disdain for Europe, took so long to release the game in Europe that by the time they finally did, the international version had come out. And let's take a real quick look at the release date. Okay. Came out in Japan. Fucking hell, even Australia got it before we did. Came out in Japan July 19th, 2001. Came out in the US December 18th, 2001. The international version came out January 31st, 2002. Australia got it May 17th, 2002. We got it May 24th, 2002. But you know what? Looking at that, considering that they were like a month away from releasing the international version in Japan, when they released the US version, yeah, the US did kind of get scammed with that. There's no reason they couldn't have just waited. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, since when does Australia get a release before Europe? Huh. Nah, it's all good, Climb. I'm glad you're able to be here and celebrate Christmas with us. Let's have a special sound for everybody who joined.
I can't wait till we're teenagers. Then we'll be happy.
That sounds good. Yeah, actually thinking about the timeline of that release, that's crazy. It's like, hey, in a month we're going to release the improved version. Should we delay the US release so we can give them that version? No. Absolutely not. Meanwhile, you know, it only took them like 14 years to release Chrono Trigger over here. It took them, what was it, like 22 years to give us Chrono Cross? Give you an idea of how much continuing bullshit there is from Square for us. We didn't get Chrono Cross until the Radical Dreamers version came out, the remaster. And bearing in mind, like, re-releases on digital platforms, didn't give it to us. We've still never gotten Parasite Eve. 2022. Last year. Well, you say that, Bug, but I can't imagine they would have done any extra voice work or anything for the European release. Yeah, we got Parasite Eve 2, we got Third Birthday. We never got Parasite Eve 1, even on PSN. as a PS1 classic. So legally, there's still no real way for us to obtain Parasite Eve 1. I have paid for it. I did buy it as a PS1 classic on my US account, so I have paid for it. And then I played it, but, you know, that was one of the things we did last year. Putting the game on disc, yeah, that's fair enough. Coming in here with your logic. Alright, one more soundbite.
Oh no!
No!
I keep pressing the button and it keeps saying no. You're hungover? I'm not. Like, considering how much I drank on yesterday's stream, Parasite Eve is a solid 7 out of 10, and I stand by that. Like, it's an interesting game. I probably would enjoy it more on a replay. And there's nothing wrong with being a 7 out of 10. I say this, like, regularly enough. I'd rather play an interesting 7 out of 10 than an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10 that bores the fuck out of me. The Last of Us or Uncharted. You know what I wasn't when I was playing Parasite Eve? I wasn't bored. We did get some good quotes. What quotes do we have? Have a quick look. Final Fantasy 9, Dino Crisis. Here we go, Parasite Eve. No, I'm going off like other people's ratings book. Like, you get a lot of games that are critically acclaimed. Not for me. Really not interested. Meanwhile, you get something that a lot of places, a lot of reviews, scores get 6s, 7s out of 10s, which end up being so much more interesting as experiences. Like, review scores are absolutely not something should be paid too much attention to. Oh, not that one. Yeah, IGN gave God Hand a 2. Oh yeah, that's all the quotes. We had 4 quotes. The first 3 I feel are like very understandable complaints. The 4th one I think is just actually quite funny. The thing is, a good job I saw this coming and requisitioned this police rocket launcher. Yeah, it was one of the first games we did for the year of PlayStation. But yeah, like the weird shit that like conventional reviewers will review poorly can sometimes end up being some of the most interesting and enjoyable stuff you'll ever play. And I'm super interested in that kind of thing. Yep. Klim has played Parasite Eve since I played it. Klim has played Parasite Eve at least twice on stream. See, that's crazy, because, like, I didn't enjoy Shadow Hearts when I started it. But by the end of Shadow Hearts, I would have given Shadow Hearts, like, a 7 out of 10. I ended up, like, quite enjoying Shadow Hearts. Which is crazy, because, like, if you go back to session 2, I'm clearly not enjoying myself. But then you go to the end and I'm like, this was a really enjoyable game. I'm glad I finally played Shadow Hearts. But anyway, we need to wrap up. I want to thank everybody for joining the stream. I always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody in the chat. That is always the best part of the stream. Chance, Bug, Flame, Bane. That was everybody. And Bug for the follow. Thank you so much for joining us. Chat is always the best part of the stream. I think at this point we'll be back on Sunday with Superhero Sun. Oh yeah, Teak. I knew we'd forgotten someone else. Teak. The gamer. Yeah, at this point we'll be back on Sunday with the final Superhero Sunday of the year. We'll be playing a Marvel game, probably a Spider-Man game. I'm undecided which one it will be. I felt the same way with Kudelka's combat system with scaling. Kudelka, I did finish Kudelka. Kudelka was a game that I was very interested in. I just didn't enjoy the combat and the amount of grinding that would have been required for it. So I cheated on that. And, like, you can watch the stream and I cheated on it and I do not hide that. And I'm glad that I did, because everything except the combat was really engaging and really interesting. I'm really glad I played through Kudelka. And that's a game that should get a remaster for a wider audience. There are Kudelka quotes somewhere if you pick the right number. Not that one's Shadow Hearts. But yeah, Kudelka was really neat. I was really into Kudelka. But anyway, that is it for us for today. So there's not really anything else to say except thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day. And we'll catch you next time, guys.